Hey, Music Monday people. I hope you all had a great and safe Halloween with your families, kids, if you went out yourself, whatever. I had a great time. My dad dressed up like Pedro from Napoleon Dynamite, and it was awesome and hilarious. And if you follow me on Instagram, I'm at Malia Cortez, and I posted some pictures of him, and he actually got a comment, or I did, on my dad's picture from the actor who actually played Pedro on Napoleon Dynamite. That was amazing. It made my dad's night. He was so happy. So that was fun. I hope you guys equally had a great time. So today we're at song number 29, guys. Can you believe it? We're like really getting through these songs. It's My Mushroom World. Now, before I play the song and you assume that I was high out of my mind on mushrooms when I wrote this song, because that's what it sounds like, that is not the case. I was very straight edge, still am pretty much, throughout my school years. Never did any drugs or anything like that. But I was around it a lot. I was in a band, so you can imagine I'm generalizing here and making stereotypes, but they exist for a reason, guys. There was a lot of drugs around, and so I'm familiar, but this is not what this song is about. It was, again, I told you that I fancied myself a hippie when I was in high school and junior high, and I made a pair of bell bottoms out of some jeans. I cut some triangles out of the sides and had this fabric that my mom actually had that was super cute. It was a white background with frogs and mushrooms, and I think there were some flowers on it too. And so I sewed those into my jeans. I loved those and was looking at them while I was, going through my songwriting process and just sort of mesmerized by this cute little pattern on the fabric and decided to write a song like I was entering this mushroom world of frogs from the fabric on my pants. So that is what this song was inspired by. So I wasn't high. I wasn't having some amazing hallucinogenic trip. But I am reminded as I'm talking about drugs because I feel like I need to do some kind of PSA, after this to remind people to stay off drugs. But and reach out to, message me if you guys remember this, because I don't know what they do today with kids and the whole like keep them off drugs thing. Not sure. But when I was in school, it was DARE was the like group that came and tried to get us to learn how to not do drugs. And in fourth grade, I remember this exercise they made us do where you group off in groups of two, and one person was the drug person, the other person was not. And the druggy person came up and was like, hey, you want to go smoke some weed on the playground? And then the non-druggy person was supposed to, learn how to say no and then suggest something else to distract the person from what they wanted to do, essentially. So it would be like, hey, let's go do some drugs. And then the other person would say, no, I don't really want to do that, but how about we go swing on the swings instead? Or how about we go skateboard instead, or ride our bikes? It was funny because never in my life had I ever had to use that exercise. If ever I was offered any drugs, saying no pretty much was okay. Nobody really made fun of me or did anything like that. I'm sure there's people that kind of like, oh, come on, just try it. I mean, really, if you just say no, it works unless someone's a complete, jerk and they're like really trying to force it down your throat, but that never happened. So that little exercise that we did was really useless and hilarious because, again, the excuses we had to come up with. If someone wanted to do drugs, they would find someone to go do drugs with. They wouldn't just be like, okay, never mind, I don't want to get high today. Let's go swing on the swings. It totally cracked me up. And yeah, so if you guys went through that training when you were in grade school, again, we were in fourth grade when they started doing this. And there wasn't really that many fourth graders that got high every day or were doing heroin that I remember. Not saying that that isn't the case in some people's lives. So it's just so funny. Anyways, that was a fun little memory to share with you. And now I'm going to perform My Mushroom World. Frogs are green, so are you. I am dancing, turning blue. When you go there, you'll be free. mushroom world, in my mushroom world. My mushroom house is very neat. Before you enter, please wipe your feet. It's a very nice house, really sweet, with white curtains, with white curtains. Please don't touch the curtains. Please don't touch the curtains. If you touch the curtains, you must wipe your feet. 'Cause I'm in my mushroom world, in my mushroom world. My mushroom world is nice. My mushroom world is nice. So go away, so go away, or it won't be nice anymore. You will talk to flowers, talk to them for hours, and those lonely hours will speak to you. 'Cause I'm in my mushroom world, in my mushroom world. All right, that was Mushroom World. Did you like it? Is it funny? Because it sounds like I'm high, but I'm not. So thanks for tuning in, guys, and I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will see you next Monday.